fellow members and most welcome guests. Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to join my Pathways workshop tonight. I'm currently serving as Toastmasters Pathway Ambassador and Pathway Guides. And my job is to help you to create the excitement and help you be well prepared for the evolutionary educational program in Toastmasters. So first of all, I would like to make you understand what is Pathway. For those who haven't heard of Pathway, please raise your hand. Haven't heard of. Great job. Okay, that's the reason why you sit here. Actually, the old name of Pathway is called REP, Revitalized Educational Program. Actually, I conducted a workshop in Neihu maybe 2 or 3 years ago, but now the name is totally changed. This is a totally new program. It's called Pathway right now. It's a program that have creativity and the interactive approach to help you grow. So it's an evolutionary change in Toastmasters International. As you know, Toastmasters has been built in 93 years ago, and since then the educational programs haven't been changed. And now this is the first one, the biggest one. So we must be very excited about what is going to be changed. So if I think I cannot use my words to describe how amazing this program is. I'd like to quote the saying from our immediate past international president, Jean Kokoki. He said, "Pathway is going to be a world-class program that will help members succeed, thrive in an evolving global society."
Oh.
You can imagine, we are in a non-profit organization, but we are going to learn to receive an international and world-class program. How exciting it is. But let me show you why the pathway is initiated. You must be asking right now, why we use the education programs for 93 years, but the Toastmasters International suddenly decided to modify the material. There must be some trigger and some reasons behind, right? Actually, it's because in 2010 to 2015, Board of Directors, this is an organization in Toastmasters International, they perform a SWOT analysis of the current program. You must be understanding what is SWOT analysis. I won't spend time to explain that. So you have an analysis and find out 3 things. First one, now our communication and leadership program is separated, right? And actually, many members focus on their development in communication track. Many of our new members, they deliver speeches, but they may not pay a lot of focus on leadership program. But actually, in the real world, these 2 skills should be merged and should be combined together to make good use of them. Secondly, they focus on the analysis of the leadership track because they find many people didn't focus on this. And they try to conclude what kind of role actually contributes to your competency. That means when you're being a timer, your evaluators or officers, district officers, what did you actually learn from it? And is it beneficial to you? They try to do this analysis. And final one, they did a research for all the members to see that communication and leadership education program in a member level. Let me ask you, if there are over 300,000 members around Taiwan, Toastmaster members in the world, how many % of them actually complete their CC award? You can guess how many percent?
10.
10%? Yeah, it's 10%. Less than 10%. Only 10% of members completed. And for CL, guess it. How many % of people complete CL?
1.
5? 1? 6? Actually, it's less than 2.
Oh.
Only less than 2% of people completed. For those who complete CL, please raise your hand. A lot
No.
of 20%. We are different, right? But in average, it's less than 2%. And how many % of people ever reach AC or AL, no matter which level they are? Either one of them, how many %? You can guess.
2.
Less than 1.
Yeah, correct. Less than 1%. So what do you think about when you know this data? If you are the one who designed the education program, you find no member want to achieve it. So after doing this survey, they found something must be wrong. Why our member cannot achieve the goal? It's not effective or any reason behind it. They really want to identify the reason. That's the reason why they start this analysis. They call the gap analysis. Their expectation and their actual results. And they ask a question, what do our members really want? They have the first guess is that maybe the program didn't meet the need of our members. So they did a survey of all the members, and they find 3 things. They are the top 3 things that most of the Toastmaster members want to gain or want to be changed in Toastmasters. Firstly, flexibility. They want to have more flexible educational program. They can choose, they can combine this and that. They can have more choices, but not only follow one track. And secondly, they want to learn the real skill. Because some people find what they learn in Toastmasters is different from their real world. They learn something here, but they use another kind of skills in the real world. If they can be translated into our own experiences, that may be more helpful. And finally, capability to access them online. Many of the materials is printed right now. If they can access them by their cell phone immediately, they might meet their actual needs. So based on this, they move on to the next question, how to develop a pathway. They do another analysis. It's very interesting, they do another one. This one is called competitive analysis. I love this one especially because they ask a question. They want to be different from other organizations. So they ask, what's the differences between Toastmasters International and other similar organizations? And what we can be different from them? They try to find out this question. And they conclude, our uniqueness lies on the combination of 2 things. I would like to ask you to guess, but I think it's a little bit difficult. What's the difference between English class and us?
There's no teacher.
Yeah, a lot of things you can imagine. First one, we have club experiences. We provide stage time for you to experience by yourself. And we don't just give you a lot of things, we give you experience. I love this point. Second one, educational program. As you can see, our program is different from cram school. We focus on different fields. So after they identify these 2 uniqueness, they finally find out, because in the beginning maybe they want to change the meeting format because they want to find out the problem. So if they would like to see if there's some problem in our meeting format or the programming a meeting, but they conclude this is still our uniqueness. So they won't change that. They will focus on the material. They conclude maybe the problem is the material. So talk back to the materials, look at into detail. And they ask where and how we learn. From the current program, they would like to collect what our members actually learn from Toastmasters. So they give us 5 core competency. If I can translate this sentence into the way you can easily understand, that is what you always learn, what you can learn from Toastmasters. Public speaking, make some friends, learn leadership, right? I have no time to ask you to think, but the conclusion is this. It can echo to our experiences, right? Make friends, public speaking, leadership, building confidence. And I'd like to share a sentence from the Toastmasters International to you that I shared last night. Confidence is not something you can teach, but something you can gain from successful experiences. So this is a very unique part of Toastmasters. We can give you confidence, but we didn't just teach you how to look confident. We help you to experience successful experiences and have this kind of experience. They also try to tie to the original vision of Ralph C. Smedley, our founder. They didn't want to change it too dramatic that they didn't echo to their original vision. So based on this, they built 10 learning paths in 59 projects.
Whoa.
And for each path, they will include over 14 projects. The 10th path is listed here, both Mandarin and English. They try to make them very condensed and effective, and they can apply to the real world. I will talk more later. You can see it. If you read some of them, you will see, wow, it's a well-designed program. It's a path. And for me, path is just like a series of menus. You can imagine a path is a lot of a series of menu over 14 projects. I will talk more later. And they have different levels in each path. They won't just give you a lot of things. They will lead you from your first level to the fifth level. And the different level of that means the difficulty of them. The first one is always ice-breaking, and for others it will be more difficult and more practical. And for level 3 to level 5, there are some mandated classes and also optional classes, just like what we did in university. You can choose these groups must be chosen, but you can also choose others. So they will meet our needs to have more flexibility in our learning experiences. And final one, for the competency we just mentioned, they would like to, every Toastmaster learn a lot in Toastmasters. Before, if you complete all the menus in Toastmasters, maybe you can learn around 68 competencies in our educational program. But now it's expanded to 300. If you devote all your whole life here, probably dividing different paths and different levels is a lot of them. Actually, that will provide you a lot of opportunity to choose the one you want. You cannot cover all of them in your lifetime, maybe. So, but how are members involved in this program? Are you just waiting for it launch, or we can do something? The differences of this evolutionary program is that they involve members a lot, but maybe not every member in the beginning. In the beginning, they invite 20 experienced learning masters. They are experts. They can give critical feedbacks to our educational program to revise the manuals, the projects. So they have done their job. And second stage, they recruit 102 chief ambassadors from each district, one chief ambassador per district. And the chief ambassador in Taiwan is around you. It's Mike Yang. Yeah. Mike Yang is the representative of Taiwan to give feedbacks and reviews and comments to the Toastmasters International. So how meaningful it is. Also, there are many, I forgot how many years ago, there is content pilot. They recruit some volunteers to test in their draft menus and their programs. They include 168 clubs in 22 countries, including all the languages, and they have received a lot of positive feedbacks. So after that, the draft projects and programs had been established till 2015, and later on, it's our job. After that, Pathway ambassador and guides will show up in the club to present this workshop to you. Our purpose is to make you understand there is going to be a very good educational program in the future. Make you feel excited and waiting for it. Get ready to do it. Pathway is the one who make you excited. But the guy is the one who actually help your club to implement it. So, but the one who can be ambassador and guide could be the same one. So I'm the one for you.
Capable one for somebody.
Yeah. So in the future, I will help every one of you to adapt the new program. And after the program is launched, every one of us can be involved. And next one, what pathway is valuable to you? It's important to introduce it to you. This is a summary. I will talk more later. One is Basecamp, educational videos, tailor the passive need, establish formal mentor and mentee system. Before, now, not all the clubs have mentor-mentee system. If they want, they do it. If they don't want, they can choose to, But in the future, this is the formal system. So there will be some manuals and programs to help clubs to establish it. You can learn real-world skills. Let me show you later. And first important term is Basecamp. It's if I can translate this word, it's called e-database of your learning experiences in Toastmasters. You can just use your Toastmasters International account to log in this Basecamp, and all your informations are there. Let me show you. Projects, resources, tool, educational transcripts. I will talk more later. Tips, feedbacks, evaluation, and e-badge. The surface of that is like this. In the future, when you log in, the pathways look like this, and this is only for you. First one is navigating Basecamp. There are some clear instructions for you to make you understand which step means what. After that, you will know the whole program. Next one is educational transcripts. Now, how you collect your scripts, your speech scripts. You print it or put on a computer and sometimes lost them, right? But in the future, you can upload them into the system, and every one of them will be there. You can collect them. The next one is your feedbacks. Now, how you collect feedbacks from members? A lot of sheets, and they will be. You can apply that in the future. But in the future, your members can log in the Basecamp and to give you comments. For example, I give comment to Tim, and Tim will remember the comment forever because it's yeah. You can collect it easily. And your badge is very interesting. Now, when you complete CC or CL, you will receive a printed certificate from Toastmasters International or apply a badge on your hand. But in the future, it's different. When your EVP submit the educational awards, you can immediately get this. You can print it by yourself. No matter it's a big version or you can say to the world, use the idea of green toast, you didn't want to print it, it's all up to you. So this is immediate certificate for you. And for badge, there are also e-badge for you. Now, we need to complete 10 speeches to want a badge, but in the future, as I mentioned, they are divided into 5 levels. So when you complete one level, they give you one e-badge. So after the EVP submitted, you can check your computer and you got it. You're so happy. You can do whatever you want. You want to print it or you just want to use it as your computer background. That's okay. Finally, is the speech evaluations. Now, how you collect your speech evaluation form from your evaluator? Paper, folder, and disappear. In the future, your evaluator need to log in your Basecamp to give their evaluation. And they are on standardized forms for evaluator to tick whether you are level 1, level 2, give you some scores, and there are some criteria there. So if you're the one, your evaluator is not so experienced, they can also make it. So we can standardize our evaluation, and they all can submit it into your Basecamp. So this is a collective database of your learning experiences. Another thing that benefit to you is evaluate your perfect match of path. I just showed there are 10 paths of Toastmasters International, but how should you start? Where should you start? You must choose one and start, but how to choose? So Toastmasters International would like to help you. After you log in the system, you can complete a questionnaire-like form, and after that, they will tell you, based on my observation, based on the questionnaire, I think you can choose path 1.
Path 1.
Maybe you didn't understand yourself, but the computer can understand you. So you can, but if you didn't have any opinion, you can just choose the first one or the second one as recommended by the system. But it's all up to you. If you just want to choose another path, that's okay. It's just a recommendation for those who cannot decide by themselves. So this is one of the way they help you. And next is about education videos. As you can see, if we want to do an advanced menu for a junior member, how will we do right now? You will try to ask your senior members to how to do this menu. Have you ever done this menu? Can you help me? Can you review my scripts? But actually, it's hard to find every senior member. Hard to find support in your speech. But in the future, they have all been recording video. If you want to do this menu, you can check the video first. They can give you a very clear instruction. I had ever seen the little demonstration of a video in the introduction video. And I think the demonstration is just like a movie. I've never seen a movie. For example, a project called Interview. If you see the video, you will see a movie that 2 members try to do an interview. Maybe you can try to adapt them to use your own experiences to learn the way to do an interview. I think it's quite helpful, even if I only see few seconds of the video because it's all in, and haven't been released yet. But I think that will be very helpful, and especially in the future because no one had ever experienced this educational program. If there's no video, how can we teach you? Even some of us are senior members, so it's very important. And it's 23 videos now, and there will be more in the future. So I'm very excited about this. The final part is our current status of District 67. If it's 10 years ago, I probably didn't want to listen right now. It's almost there. In this year, 3 districts had launched their pathways in their district. For our district, City 7, Taiwan, is in Region 13. We will launch our program in 2018. And based on the precise estimation by our chief ambassador, it's around April to June next year. It's approaching. And because we need at least 3 months to prepare, to make every club understand, so we must start no later from January 2018. But actually we start from now. We like to make every members have enough time to understand it. And here are some key messages for you. That might be some question in your mind right now. First one, as I mentioned, pathway is just like a series of menus. Do we need to pay extra money to get the path to start our speech?
No.
Originally, maybe we need to pay, but the Toastmasters International give every one of us a free path for pathway learning. So once you launch and you log in your account and you have paid, you will get one path. You can decide which path you want, and after you choose, maybe you will have a lot of projects, menus, e-menus there. So you can start your pathway directly. And if you are dual member or members in many clubs, can you get 5 or 10 paths and even share with others? No, there are some limitations. The upper limit is 2. If you are dual member, you can get 2 free paths in the maximum. But if you want more paths to learn, what should you do? You need to pay. But what's the price? $20 for each path. And if you want, and now the path is all in Basecamp. It's an database. You didn't receive any books. But if you really want to have a printed one, maybe for senior members or someone who are not familiar with computer, they can also use printed version. But there are some. I will talk more about it later. The price is $25. Another difference is between printed and the Basecamp is like this. If you use Basecamp, all the paths, 10 paths, and all the languages, English and non-English, is available. You can just choose it and you can use it. But if you insist to use printed version, your choices is very limited, as you can see from the right column. So for some paths, you can only choose English. For some, there's no non-English version. So this program encourages you to use Basecamp. So I think there will be no problem for all of you. And next one, many people would like to ask what we experience in current program can be transferred to the new program. Is there a table to transfer? Maybe 1 CC means how many level, how many paths? The answer is no, cannot be transferred. Let me talk more. Except for first one, DTM. If you're already a DTM, you are forever DTM. And any service completed, if you had ever been club officer, district officers, sponsor, mentor, coach, complete youth leadership program, they can be transferred because they are your devotion, your experiences. They can be transferred. But don't worry, for the first one, you cannot be transferred. That doesn't mean that when we announce that the pathway starts, then you lose everything. This doesn't mean that. It means that there are some transition period. The period is that when the last 2 regions launch their pathway, there will be 2-year transition period for you to decide or to complete your current program. For example, you are ACB, ACS, you just want to get the traditional DTN, you can just use these 2 years to complete it. But if you want to new things, you didn't care about the title or the DTM, you can just stop there and transfer to a new path. And I think I will do so. I will stop there and learn new things. It's all up to you. I mean, there are some time for you. And based on estimation, the last 2 regions, maybe the end of 2018, probably, and add 2 years, so it's end of 2020. If you make a goal, make a target, I think it's not so difficult for you. So don't worry about that. In the transition period, if you are new members, new members can only choose new path, right? That will be okay, right? In transition period, the DCP will also be different. They won't force you to count the pathway only, but forget your traditional path education program. They give you a table. You can choose either one of them to meet their goal. So there will be some ways to help you to adapt the transition periods. And if you want to know more, it's actually all I presented today is all from my presentation in District 67 for conference, a spring conference. Also, there are 5 formal video in Toastmasters International. You can also see it. I watch it for 5 times before I come here. I feel inspired by those videos. They are very, the information are very solid and very encouraging. If you want to know more, you can see the video, and there will be more in the future. Okay, now it's Q&A time, but my time is up. But you can still ask if you want to ask. If not, I will present it many times in this club. Don't worry. So I think my time is up. So you can ask me questions tonight because we have Mike here. Yeah, the representative in District 67 is in our neighborhood meeting now. You can ask all the questions to both of us. Okay, turn my control to Toastmasters of Lee.
Hey.